Okay.
So,
Yeah. So we gotta come to the front?
not
Yeah,
yet.
just hold on a second. I've got
Okay,
our
sure.
speech.
Yeah,
All right, good morning. This is the time and place for the zoning hearing officers, the planning hearing officers hearing for January 25th, 2017. My name is Roger Kiesel, and I'll be conducting the hearings as hearing officer. We have 3 cases today, and relevant exhibits are posted on the panel. On the panels located directly behind me. All 3 of the cases this morning are conditional use permit applications. Under provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.42 of the Glendale Municipal Code, a conditional use permit shall be granted if all 4 required findings are present. And those findings are, the first one is that the proposed use will be consistent with the elements and objectives of the general plan. The second is that the use and its associated structures and facilities will not be detrimental to the public health or safety, the general welfare, or the environment. The third is that the use and facilities will not adversely affect or conflict with adjacent uses or impede the normal development of surrounding properties. And then the final is that adequate public and private facilities are or will be provided for the proposed use. Findings. If the evidence presented in the application and at the hearing meets the criteria described, then the planning hearing officer can either approve or approve with conditions the case in question. If the findings of fact are not in evidence, then the request will be denied. Public notice. Notification of this hearing was accomplished by the use of public notices, which were mailed to property owners and occupants located within 500 feet of the subject property, physically posted on the site in question, and placed in the local newspaper. The hearing will proceed as follows. I will read a description of the application or request. I'll read the reports received from other city departments or other letters or communications from interested parties. Then the case planner will make a brief overview of the case, giving analysis and make a recommendation. The applicant will then be asked to come forward stating their name and will be asked to present their case within a 15-minute time period. Others in support of or in opposition to the application and interested parties will be asked to come forward to speak, again stating their name, and they will be given 3 minutes. Finally, the applicant will be given the opportunity to make closing comments, if desired, in response to testimony given by previous speakers, and they will get a 5-minute limit. And then finally, the hearing will be closed and taken under submission. Decision. After the hearing, the decision will be prepared in writing and will be in the form of a letter sent to the applicant and to all persons that responded to the public notice, either by speaking at the hearing or by submitting written responses and having provided their name and mailing address. The date of the decision will be the date appearing on the letter. Appeals. Under appeal provisions of Title 30, Chapter 30.62 of the Glendale Municipal Code, the decision may be appealed to the Planning Commission within 15 days of the date of the decision. Anyone wishing to appeal may obtain forms and brochures from the Building and Safety Permit Services Center located at room 101 on this building. Speaker's card. If you wish to speak, please write your name on one of the speaker's forms, one of these, and provide it to staff. The official proceedings of the planning hearing officer meeting are recorded on tape as part of the public record. All right, now let's go to the first item on the agenda. As I said before, we have 3. All 3 are conditional use permits requesting continuation of existing massage establishments. The first one is at 400 South Glendale Avenue. And first, what I'll do is I'll read the comments, and then the case planner, Milka, will, yes, you can.
Okay, so we stand in front of us here.
You can stand right there, but I'm gonna read comments first, and then Milka
Okay.
is going to present the case,
OK
and then you can present your case.
OK
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
我们在这里，他们前面说了。
Let's see. All right, so we got responses back from two other city departments.
得到市政府另外2个
The Glendale Police Department just had standard conditions for
有个
massage,
标准的表格。
which were included in the staff report.
他说我们有包括了这些职员他们的有些报告。
Oh, actually, we also got, we also got conditions or suggested conditions from the city attorney's office.
他说我们得到市政府的
Basically,
他们的训练，但是
that the entity shall fully comply with Chapter 5.64 of the Glendale Municipal Code, which is massage
后
establishments.
面就是建立这种马杀鸡的生意，
That was pretty much all of that.
基本都已经
And then neighborhood services
政府周围的邻居的事情，
didn't have any comments.
他们没有其
All right.
他的意见。
So I'm going to turn it over to Milka Toledo, the case planner, to give us a brief overview of the project.
他说我现在
Thank you, Mr. Kiesel. As you stated, this case is located at 400 South Glendale Avenue, Suite O. The request is for a conditional use permit to continue the operation of an existing massage establishment, which has been operating at this location since the issuance of a zoning use certificate, which was September 9th, 2015, for U Dream Massage.
他说就是你的 U Dream 的马杀鸡。
There are no other cases or active building permits being processed with this case, and staff is recommending approval with
他说我们基
conditions.
本上建议都同意这个案子。
I'll briefly go over the project in terms of the zoning. It's a C3 commercial service zone,
这个
which allows for this type of use, which is a massage establishment.
这生意，
The existing massage establishment is located in a
他是
current occupied, obviously, tenant space, which is 900 square feet,
他说有900，
on the second floor of an existing shopping center.
这是一个shopping center。
The location does have parking,
他说这个
and it does also have other uses, both on the first and second floor. The subject tenant space is located on the second floor. The surrounding uses are commercial, with the exception of some residential uses to the south and to the east. I'm recommending approval with conditions, which are in your staff report, and the findings can be made in a positive manner. If you have any questions for me, I'm available at this time. If not, the applicant is here and can answer any questions.
给他们回答你其他所有的问题。
All right, thank you, Milka. All right, if you could just briefly introduce yourself and then go over the findings
Yeah.
for the case to support your request, that would be great. And then I have a question.
OK， 他说你可以就是说简单的说一下你对这个发现的这个位置是什么？有没有什么东西要说？也许他听一听就是了。有没有什么其他的意见？有没有什么什么想说的？
可不可以就是说在那个申请一个就是说有广告的一个牌子，可不可以？
Can I apply to try to get a sign?
Yeah, this.
Because in my location.
Right, that's a separate sort of approval process,
他说他是另外一个。
and you are entitled to a sign.
他说
Yes.
你可以去取得一个招牌是这样。OK，
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you briefly go over the findings that were in the staff report?
I'm sorry. What's the governing? I mean
The findings.
finding.
There are 4 findings that. Let me find them. Oh.
Page 6. Okay, yeah, okay. It's finding. Oh, findings. Okay. Oh, A to D. Okay. It's finding. 这个条件的许可的，这个条件式的许可证在这里面就是有个起草是这样。那你去看看这个条件式许可，他们在讲有没有其他你有发现到什么样的情况，有没有怎么样？
没有。
No.
You need to make the findings in a positive manner. So, for instance,
他说就是说你必须要有一个很正确的，你就是说看看我们这个情况是不是都可以正确，或者不可以，或者怎么样，就是这样。OK， 那你要怎么样的反应？告诉他。
正确。
okay, so
read it. Okay, read it then. Okay, read it. Maybe okay. I gotta read it and I gotta translate to her, so gotta be takes time. Is that be okay?
that's fine. That's fine.
好 ，OK。这个地方来讲的话，就是我们就是继续的在这边有不同的这个分的，然后这个目标来讲的话，就是一般的这个计划。这个计划来讲的话，是包括了这些不同的这些条件，然后这个目标在我们在这个所有的这个区域的这个土地的使用，在这个跟这样的交易没有。这个所有都有关，它就是要你知道，这个里面就是说这个发展水，刚刚我们这边有看到就是这个情况 ，OK。那么在讲个人的服务来讲的话，土地利用，譬如说这个马萨局的这样，一般来讲的话，提供了完全的这个周围的这个情况。那马萨局的这样，它是一个这个条件式的商业的许可的这地方是按照我们的条件式的许可。那么最主要来讲，这个商业许可呢，按照的南边的 Glendale 的这个地方，那最主要的这个地方就这样，然后是按照是这样。然后说就可以的，这是什么草啊和什么东西的，或者其他这样这样 OK 好，这个第二项来讲是利用它这个有关联的结构体或这个地方，它是没有变成说不符合这个它的这个这个那没有关系 OK 哈。第三项来讲哈，在利用这个地方来讲，没有说违反了这个影响的这个冲突跟其他的周围的人的话这样都没有这样哈。第四项呢，适用这个大众跟私人的情况，比如说这个利用停车位置或者在这什么的都没有问题哦。OK， 所以这个来讲哈 ，OK，basically we have no problem, we are positive, everything's okay.
Okay, so
这我就刚才全部继续帮我们都可以。
You concur that the massage establishment that you're currently running, that you want to operate further, you want to continue operating it, would be complementary to the area in which it's located now. It's not going to create any problems and hasn't created any problems.
但是在那边来讲的话，你就是要继续要做这个生意来讲的话，会不会变成说这个制造问题啊，或者就是很好的就按照守法的事情啊？
不会制造问题，对，我们会守法。
We just follow the rule. We will not create any problem. No.
Okay. All right. And have you read the conditions of approval?
他说，差不多你已经读过了那个
Page 7.
第7页，你都读过了。Yes.
Okay. Do you have any concerns or questions about those?
他在这个7项里面的话，你有没有其他的任何问题在这个里面？
没有。
No question.
No. Okay. So you're fine with all these conditions.
他说，在这个条件里面你都满意了，对不对？
对。
Yes.
非常满意。
Okay. All right. That was the only question I had. As long as you concur with the findings and you are fine with the conditions of approval, those are all the questions I had.
他说我这个现在来讲，我所考虑的就是说，你是看看我们这个的要求上面有没有什么特别的什么的，这个对吧？他说这是我稍微关心的事情。那你对这个情况有没有什么其他的问题在这个部分？
没有。
I totally have any question.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. All right. Then I will take this case under submission and render a decision, and you should get a letter in the next week or so.
他说我就会这样来讲话，就基本就 OK 了。你在下个礼拜就可以拿到许可证了，这样。
谢谢。
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Okay.
And I should say, okay, I'm sorry. You're Miss Sue, and do we have a green card for you?
We have a green card because she has nothing question nothing. It's okay.
Right, but since you spoke, we need some
okay.
record.
All right. Okay.
So if you could fill one of those out, with your name on it, that'd be
Okay,
great.
sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you can give it to Danny, that'd be great.
Okay, got it.
Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, if there aren't any. We're getting some right now.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay, so the next case on the agenda is a conditional use permit case at 936 East Colorado. It's also a conditional use permit for a massage establishment. Let me look at the. Hi. We're going to follow the same process, so it'll be a couple minutes. Let me look at the suggested comments from the other departments. Okay, police just had their standard conditions or comments for massage establishments that are actually incorporated into the draft conditions of approval in the staff report. So let me turn this over to Brad Cullen, and he can give a brief overview.
Good morning, Mr. Kiesel. Presented before you, as you mentioned, is a conditional use permit located at 936 East Colorado. Property is zone C3, and the application before you is a conditional use permit for massage establishment. The existing massage establishment is located within a 950 square foot commercial tenant space. The tenant space is located within a one-story multi-tenant commercial building. Currently, there are 3 buildings on the property with 12 different tenant spaces and 68 parking spaces. The commercial center is located on the south side of Colorado Street between Everett and Adams Street. The most current business registration certificate was issued in April 6th, 2016 to operate the massage establishment in the subject tenant space. While the subject tenant space has had at least 3 different business owners, a massage establishment has operated at this location for about 4 years. The subject property is surrounded by commercial uses to the west, east, and north. To the rear, which is of the property, it butts a residential zone with multifamily buildings on it. There are no openings on the south side of the facing wall of the commercial building, and the residential uses are oriented toward the south, accessed off of Elk Avenue. Staff believes that all findings for the conditional use permit can be made in a positive manner and therefore recommends approval of this entitlement subject to the attached findings and conditions of approval. There were main comments came from the police department, which those conditions of approval should be included in the draft that you have before you. Mm-hmm. And I'm available for any questions. I'm recommending
Great.
approval.
All right, so there's a Hammond Kang.
Yes,
Okay. Which one of you is Hammond?
I'm Hammond.
Okay. And then, how do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry.
Hai Chi Cho.
Hai Chi Cho.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to do this as kind of the same way we did the previous case?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want to briefly go over the findings and how your massage establishment meets them?
Actually, I have go over with him before.
Okay.
As we sit there.
Okay.
He said everything on the finding. That one is he has found everything is okay.
Okay.
And for the approval, and he said he will follow the approval, follow the rule, and he said he will go into the masseurs in the store. They all have the California license, and he also has his license. And everything we done is under the city rule, the city's policy, and the operation time is between 10 to 10. So basically, everything is under the rule.
Okay, so he's you're fine with the conditions of approval. You're okay with the conditions of approval.
Yes.
And it sounds to me like you're already operating within the conditions of approval that will be imposed on the project. You're not. It sounds like you're operating from 10 to 10 now. Everybody has massage licenses, so nothing really will change.
Yeah， 他说你现在的话就是说你现在就按照这个来做的，就是都有license，然后是每天是10点到10点，对吧？
对，我们每个人都有license，每天都是10点开门，10点关门。
Yes, everything is under the city's policy right now.
Okay, very good. Then I don't have any other questions if you're fine with all the conditions of approval. So if you don't have anything else to say, I'll close this public hearing and then render a decision within a week.
I think we are good.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to close this public hearing and we'll go to the next one.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, the next case on the agenda is located at 1023 East Colorado, Suite B. It's conditional use permit case number 1622526. It is also a conditional use permit to continue operation of a massage establishment located at that address. So let me look and see if there are any comments, and I think probably just the police department, similar to the last one. Yeah, just from the police department, they had suggested just standard conditions for massage establishments. So those are included in the draft conditions of approval. I'll turn it over to Brad Cullen again to give a brief overview, and then we'll hear from the applicant.
Thank you, Mr. Kiesel. As mentioned, this is a proposed conditional use permit to continue the operation of a massage establishment at 1023 East Colorado Street. The existing massage establishment is located in an 815 square foot commercial tenant space. The subject tenant space is one of 4 tenant spaces within this commercial center, located on the northwest corner of Colorado Street and Adams Street. Currently, there are 9 parking spaces on the site. The subject tenant space is surrounded by commercial uses to the west, east, and south. Property across Adams Street and to the east is a gas station. To the west is a vehicle repair garage, and to the south is a mix of commercial uses. The property to north is developed with a multifamily building containing 3 residential units. No major concerns were received from the various city divisions, and the suggested conditions of approval from the police department are included in your draft conditions that you have. The most current business registration certificate was issued September 3rd, 2015 to operate a massage establishment at the subject tenant space. And there's been at least 3 different business owners, and the business has been operated since 2012. Staff believes that all the findings of the conditional use permit can be made in a positive manner, recommends approval of this entitlement. Staff suggests the planning hearing officer consider the attached draft findings and conditions of approval. I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Brad. Now, I just have one speaker card.
Yeah,
So,
it's me.
is that you?
Yeah, I am interpreter.
Chia Shu?
Yes.
Okay. So would you like to briefly go over the findings, and then do you have any questions or concerns about the conditions of approval?
他说你有没有什么问题关于他这整个这些东西？
没有问题。
No.
No
Yeah,
questions.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Do you concur that the findings are made in terms of what you want to do, the massage establishment, where you want to do it?
你知道这个怎么开，怎么样用，所有的一切说 Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And you're operating now, correct?
Yes.
Are you operating within the time frame that we've given you in the conditions of approval staff report?
Yes.
So you're operating from 10 to 10 now?
Yeah, we operate
10 to 9.
10 to 9.
10 to 9. Okay, so you're within that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you don't have anything else to say and you concur with the conditions of approval and the findings, then I don't have anything else to ask.
Okay, 他你有没有别的问题？什么都没有吗？
以前
No.
没有。
No. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah.
So are you Chia?
Yes.
Okay. So I need a card from
For,
you.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Okay.
So with that, I'm going to close the public hearing, and I'll take the case under submission. You should get a response or so within a week.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
All right. Those were the 3 cases today. The hearing is now officially closed. Thanks for coming. And it is 10:05. Thanks a lot.